First of all, fists flew, blood was spilled, and cops now have security footage, according to sources. We have eyewitnesses, leaks, and rumors from inside the cell block. Oh, it's not over yet. Not even close. We're going to reveal everything. They don't want you to know, so grab some popcorn. Few believed that passive aggression and diss tracks were the only things involved in hip-hop feuds. Don't think about Instagram captions. It's not just words flying this time. Fists, elbows, and, according to one account, a whole bottle of champagne are involved. And the man at the heart of it was none other than Papoose, Remy Ma's self-described ride-or-die husband, who allegedly turned a private altercation into a full-fledged, almost fatal attack on 50 Cent outside a Manhattan members-only club. But, wait, how did this happen? How did two seasoned rappers who were both long past their radio prime make national headlines for what has been described by insiders as a crime of passion that could have easily resulted in murder? Let's go back in time. It all began 3 weeks ago when a suspicious folder was distributed to a number of well-known gossip websites. The contents include purportedly intimate and extremely graphic images of Remy Ma, pictures that weren't intended to see the light of day, much less wind up in the shadowy corners of the web. Nobody thought they were real at first. Perhaps AI could be Photoshop. However, some scars and tattoos are too particular and intimate. Soon after, admirers made the connection. Then the bombshell was dropped. Those photos metadata led straight to an iCloud backup. One is registered under a burner phone connected to Curtis 50 Jackson, who is waiting for it. The internet took off in a matter of hours. The Remy leak trended. The timeline was overrun with memes. However, one individual was apparently simmering in silence as the fans laughed. Papoose. Now, if you know anything about Papoose, you are aware that he is not the kind to make threats via Twitter or go on press tours. He is traditional. A type of guy who tackles business with his fists in the parking lot after penning poetry in a jail visitation room. And that's exactly what happened, according to multiple people with knowledge of the situation. Let's go back to last Saturday evening. 50 Cent had just finished a private party at a posh Lower East Side rooftop lounge. He was completely grins, while holding a glass of champagne and posing for pictures with the mogul and models. However, mayhem broke out minutes after he went outside. According to witnesses, a man wearing a hoodie came up to 50 Cent with clenched fists and lifeless eyes. That individual, who NYPD sources now affirm is Papoose, allegedly threw 50 people to the ground like a stack of mixtapes with a clean, vicious right hook without saying anything, warning, or shouting. Security hurried in. However, Papoose had already landed blow after blow on top of him. A leaked EMT report states that 50 Cent has a shattered orbital bone, 3 damaged ribs, and a dislocated shoulder. According to one paramedic, the scene resembled something from a mob film. This is where it becomes even more bizarre, though. Papoose didn't just assault. According to an unnamed individual who was reportedly a bartender inside the establishment, when he yelled something like, "Be down," everyone freeze. "Keep my wife's name out of your F*******ing phone," he yelled. Remember that this isn't the first time 50 Cent has been accused of anything like this. What was 50 Cent doing with those pictures? Was it merely leverage? Was it retaliation for an old feud? Or was it something more sinister? Crossing the line with Remy Ma, longtime fans will remember that in 2019 there were rumors that Fifth had attempted to sign Remy to Junit for what insiders claim were ulterior motives rather than music. Both parties denied this at the time, but now that the scandal is brewing, the old story has new legs. Even more damning is a deleted Instagram Live from 2 weeks ago in which 50 Cent, obviously intoxicated, joked while fans are analyzing every video and post. Law enforcement isn't laughing. The NYPD has confirmed that Papoose was arrested for an attempted manslaughter investigation, not just assault. Lives out here ain't loyal when the FaceTime lights go off. No one noticed the reference at the time, but it's chilling in retrospect. Off the record, a high-level police source told us this wasn't a fight. It was a surgical procedure. He had a purpose. He hadn't been dragged off by security. We may be discussing a funeral. Let that sink in. From love letters and betting stages to bloody sidewalks and criminal accusations, Papoose's journey, the attacker, is playing out in real time, and Remy Ma's silence is deafening. She hasn't made any statements or shared an Instagram story, just quietly unfollowed 50 Cent and left a mysterious like on a post that said, "Some things are unforgivable, even if they come with diamonds." The streets are chatting, the blogs are burning. Additionally, fans secretly wonder, did Remy know what was Papoose planning? Because everyone suspects something that no one is publicly stating. Remy and Papoose were seen leaving a private couples therapy session on the same day those pictures were leaked. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps. However, when paired with the timeline, it creates a terrifying image of a couple torn apart by treachery and a spouse who has gone too far. But hold on until you hear what was discovered. In Papoose's jacket following the assault, police discovered a folded handwritten envelope addressed to no one inside Papoose's jacket. A 4-page letter, however, scrolled in unadulterated emotion within. It was a poem, which one investigator called the worst love note he had ever seen. It was neither a confession nor a threat. This ain't loyalty. This is War is the title. Cool, Papoose allegedly described in it the anger that has been building inside of him since the day the pictures were leaked. In his writing, he described being betrayed, humiliated, and deeply embarrassed by someone who, in his words, knows better than to play with fire around snakes. Although 50 Cent and Remy Ma aren't specifically mentioned in the letter, the parallels are clear. Behind a camera flash, one man smiles. But behind a locked bathroom door, someone else drowns. Since it leaked, every rap blog on the internet has analyzed that line alone. We now wonder if it was a premeditated message or merely an attack. Because you would anticipate anger, possibly even heartbreak, if this had to do with leaked images. However, everything about it, the preparation, the quiet approach, the attack without a weapon. The poetry in the pocket screams premeditation. This is where things start to go terribly wrong. Earlier this week, Remy Ma's phone was subpoenaed, according to recently released court documents, because investigators think she might have been the one who first shared the photos with 50 Cent in private rather than with the public. Why would she do that? Let's go even farther back in time. Remy Ma was pictured at a private dinner in Miami back in April, but not with Papoose. Instead, it was with 50 Cent and a few other producers, including a Star's executive, were present. The cover story, a possible hip-hop television production involving women. One fan wrote, 50 has been plotting. He always circles back to people he has beef with. Remy was just the latest pawn. However, other fans are asking that was the setup. Another unnamed source, a backup dancer at one of Rhee's recent performances, claims that Remy and 50 were becoming too close and that those around them noticed. Quote, "Have you ever seen a married woman blush in front of another man, similar to adolescent blush?" Yes, it was the situation. It was felt by all. Yes, everything suddenly changed from spicy to exploding. Additionally, the internet didn't miss a beat. Detectives on TikTok have been working diligently. Rhee's hand grazing 50 Cent's knee during a backstage interview is captured in a viral video that has been slowed down, zoomed in, and examined frame by frame like the Zapruder movie. A fuzzy picture of what looks to be Remy's car parked outside 50 Cent's Connecticut house late at night, barely 6 days prior to the leak, is even more damning. The license plate it fits flawlessly. Disabled location tag? Fans aren't stupid. Though the actual question now arises. Was this a blackmail plot or a romantic triangle? According to others, 50 Cent might have used the images to pressure Remy into forming a covert commercial or personal partnership. Others believe that Remy voluntarily revealed them, which is a sign of trust gone terribly wrong. The outcome is the same in either case. A broken marriage, a man erupting into violence, and a music mogul in the hospital with armed guards. Armed guard indeed. It's not exaggerated. Hospital insiders say that the tea is indeed that hot. The NYPD detail currently keeps a close eye on 50 Cent around the clock, not only to keep him safe, but also to stop another incident. Because Papoose is regarded as a major threat, even though he is in custody. A list of names and addresses was purportedly discovered in his vehicle by detectives. Was that a list of hits? A list of friends he didn't trust? Suspects? One name caught our attention. Joe Fat. Fans went crazy over that. 'Cause you know who has been remarkably quiet about this whole mess? Joey Crack. You're correct. It's the patron saint of Bronx devotion. The man who mediated a reconciliation between Nicki and Remy. He has vanished. Don't tweet. No radio appearances, no commentary. Some claim that he is separating himself. Some claim that he is defending himself. Let's go back to Remy Ma now. Naturally, her squad is playing defense, according to a statement issued by her publicist. Miss Mackey is deeply disturbed by what happened this past week. She requests privacy as her family goes through a very trying time. She has nothing more to say about any leaked material, but note what was missing from that statement: a denial. No mention that the pictures were phony, and no claim that her relationship with 50 Cent was professional, cloaked in privacy. 50 Cent has apparently already begun plotting while Remy hides behind public relations and Papoose sits behind bars. Rumor has it that Fifth is working on a diss track that could be called Nud 3 Judacy, and that it is directed directly at both of them. According to a studio insider, the lyrics are offensive, personal, and unsuitable for radio, which is probably an understatement given 50. This is the same 50 Cent who once posted the eviction notice of his own child's mother online for clout, and who bought out Ja Rule's concert seats so they would be empty. You think a cracked rib and a leaky scandal will make him humble? No, he's reloading. But what does this mean for Papoose legally? 3 felony counts: attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, and criminal possession of a deadly weapon are currently pending against him. No weapon was used. That folded poem could be legally construed as a manifesto or written premeditation under New York's new criminal intent guidelines. Crazy, huh? To make matters worse, prosecutors are allegedly looking through Papoose's recent credit card history for proof of purchases of cameras, surveillance equipment from rap royalty to Rikers Island, all over a few private photos and a potentially very public betrayal. If they discovered GPS trackers and burner phones, the charge could be upgraded to conspiracy to commit murder. However, the worst part of this scandal hasn't even been revealed yet because someone on the inside just leaked a voicemail that has the potential to blow this whole story open. Additionally, the voicemail that was leaked came from someone deep within the shadows of this scandal. Someone who hasn't been publicly associated with Remy in years, but knows everything, and it wasn't from Papoose. 50 Cent, or even Remy Ma. Fans never expected to hear from this person again. About her former best friend and stylist, Lex from the Bronx, who is only known online by her alias. You've been following hip-hop circles for a while? You'll recall Lex as the stylist who styled Remy Ma during her comeback period. Shortly after her release from prison, before she got married, and before she took to the microphone again, their fallout was abrupt, messy, and never publicly explained. However, Lex is back, and her voicemail alters everything. In a voicemail received by an unknown blogger 2 days prior to the attack, which was later published to a gossip forum, Lex states, "I tried to warn her. She should stop playing about with 50 and stop sending him those dreadful selfie texts. I told her. It seemed innocent to her. I knew it would backfire, but Flirty claimed she needed the attention because Papoose was constantly working. I simply had no idea how horrible it was. Boom. The motivation, the chronology, and the disintegrating marriage that underpinned it were all revealed by that one recording. Lex continued after that. She spilled more tea in a series of direct messages that appeared soon after. According to reports, Remy sent 50 Cent more than a dozen intimate images, believing he would never use them. However, he responded to her pulling out of their TV deal with publicity rather than a lawsuit. This was more than simply a betrayal then. Remy was caught in the midst of a full-on power play. Alternatively, play both sides. And don't believe that Remy Ma didn't anticipate this tempest. Do you recall the mysterious tweet she sent and then removed a few hours before the pictures were leaked? Nobody understood it at the time, but it said, "Never send anything you wouldn't want the world to see." They always switch up. It now reads as if it were both a warning and a confession. However, the judicial system is only beginning, while fans are going crazy over voicemails, poetry, and betrayals. That was confirmed by the DA's office. Papoose was not granted bail. Why? Because prosecutors think he poses a risk of flight and, more concerningly, poses a threat to several prominent people. Who are these people? According to reports, in addition to 50 Cent. Other people who have openly backed or collaborated with 50 Cent in recent months include DJ Envy, Joe Budden, and even Nicki Minaj. Yes, exactly. One man's anger isn't the only aspect of this issue. We're talking about the whole Geet orbit, and authorities think Papoose may have had a list. Remy Ma is reportedly only partially cooperating with authorities in the meanwhile. Mac is not under investigation and has provided all requested digital materials. She will not entertain public narratives designed to shame or silence her. Her attorney said in a formal statement, "Women, when the facts start coming back to her hands, nobody is buying that victim defense. Was she manipulated? Was she irresponsible? Or was all of this a part of a larger scheme? Naturally, social media has devolved into a full-scale conflict. In every comment section imaginable, Team Remy, Team Pap, and Team Fif are dragging each other along. Even one TikTok breakdown went viral. Attempted to corroborate the idea that Ray was with 50 Cent. Just days before the release by comparing timestamps from her nail art in the leaked pictures to her attendance at his party. We now go on to the fallout. For the next 2 weeks, 50 Cent has formally canceled all of his media appearances. According to his representatives, he needs time to recover, think, and refocus. Translation from a hospital. He is planning his retaliation. Bed, and you can bet your bottom dollar it will be nuclear. According to insider sources, he is moving forward with a limited podcast series that he has tentatively named NDA Nobodies. Damn Angel. In it, he will reveal personal anecdotes and unreleased videos of celebrities who attempted to deceive him. As you are already aware, the pilot episode will feature Remy Ma. This is the wild card, though. Papoose's sibling, whose name is rarely spoken, has just came forward with a startling assertion. He said, "My brother didn't snap. He sacrificed himself. He knew what 50 had planned. He tried to protect his family before it got worse. You all don't know what 50 was really doing. It's deeper than some damn photos." He said this at a surprise press conference outside Rikers. Is he suggesting extortion? Is it extortion or something more sinister? The internet was left reeling and frantically searching for answers after he left when the press attempted to press for more. The triangle of silence is now complete. Remy asserts that she is a victim. Papoose is locked up and won't talk to the media. And 50 Cent, mute and bruised but never defeated. It is tight in the streets. There is silence in the industry. fans are also acknowledging for the first time in a long time that no one anticipated. What does this leave us with then? A rapper in jail, a billionaire in recovery, a marriage in flames, and a scandal that may not even be halfway through. Because you haven't been paying attention if you believe that this is just about nude photos that were leaked. Now there are murmurs. Rumor has it that 50 Cent received private images from people other than Remy Ma, that other celebrities, other marriages, and other reputations would be next in line, and that this entire story may have been a part of a larger collection of leverage amassed over years. You all better start deleting old messages. Fifth got a vault, and he's mad now. Let that sink in. One former Gionid affiliate even tweeted. This brings us to our final question. Here, who is the true antagonist? The wife who played both sides, the mogul who revealed, or the husband who lost it? No matter what you think, one thing is certain: the game has evolved. And nobody's career is going to be salvaged by ignoring this. Now, don't assume that this is just another celebrity, a failed spat. What if this is just the beginning, you ask? What if Papoose's attack had been motivated by revelation rather than anger? Does 50 Cent actually possess a vault? Might be the beginning of a Hollywood iceberg if he is sitting on years' worth of digital dirt. Influencers, TV executives, and rappers might all get caught up in a web of secrets. Furthermore, if Remy Ma's naked photos were only his opening move, you can be sure that something even more repulsive is on the horizon. Here is what you must do at this moment. The right hand index is pointing. If halfway through this video your jaw drops, hit the like button. The right hand index is pointing. Tell us in the comments below if you believe Papoose was justified or if it was just a backhand index pointing ego gone mad. Additionally, remember too, we will be releasing a video next week that purports to capture the very moment Remy Ma's car pulled up to the 50s mansion, so make sure to subscribe to Gossip Spill Vibe. That is something you do not want to miss. We still have a lot of drama to discover, along with leaks and lies, because nothing remains buried for long in the world of power, celebrity, and treachery, especially when we're here to unearth it. The vibe has been one of gossip spilling. Keep an eye out, be dirty, and pay attention,